Goedenavond, welkom iedereen bij de lezing, eigenlijk de eerste officiële lezing van de stichting IYAABA. We zijn een stichting die in principe is begonnen met een WhatsApp-groep van moslims van onder andere Surinaamse afkomst, Surinaams-Creoolse afkomst met name, maar ook andere afkomsten, zoals Kaapverdiaans, Antilliaans, Afrikaans, etc. En we dachten op een gegeven moment van laten we eens een keer bij elkaar komen, dat is al een tijdje geleden. En nou, van daaruit is er een stichting ontstaan. En inmiddels hebben we bijvoorbeeld geholpen met de bouw van een moskee in Ghana, geholpen met een radioprogramma in Suriname. En ja, keep on going, dus we blijven doorgaan. Nou, dit is de eerste keer dat we echt een lezing organiseren. En hiervoor hebben we broeder Mufti Ababujey uitgenodigd. Mufti is opgegroeid in niet alleen een gezin, maar een familie. Waarin de islam eigenlijk al honderden jaren deel van hun cultuur en hun levenswijze is. Het Dindi-volk, waar Mufti eigenlijk uit voortkomt, is een volk dat hun roots eigenlijk traceert in Timbuktu. Nou, voor degenen die zich een beetje hebben verdiept in de Afrikaanse geschiedenis, Timbuktu was in de tijd een grote universiteit, wereldwijd, waarin eigenlijk Arabisch Arabisch was de schrijftaal en ook een van de voertalen. Er zijn heel veel boeken daar geschreven, honderden, duizenden boeken die daar in de bibliotheek nog steeds liggen. En op dat tijdstip was het een van de meest geleerde plekken in de wereld. Nou, wat je hebt gezien is dat door de koloniale tijd heen is het eigenlijk het beeld, de perceptie wat mensen van Afrika hadden, hebben veranderd. En wat wij eigenlijk met deze lezing beogen is dat er een realistisch en gebalanceerd beeld ontstaat van de geschiedenis van Afrika. Met name de rol die verschillende moslimgroeperingen hebben gespeeld in die geschiedenis. En even wat huishoudelijke mededelingen. Voor de duidelijkheid, mocht er, je moet het altijd melden, mocht er iets een calamiteit zijn, dan is dit de uitgang. Het is gewoon even een huishoudelijke mededeling. Dit is de enige uitgang. De naam kan ook nog voor de duidelijkheid. De voertaal van de lezing is het Engels. Maar indien er behoefte bestaat, kunnen we wel alles vertalen naar het Nederlands. En dus ik wil weten, is er iemand die de Engelse taal niet voldoende beheerst en die zegt van nou, ik moet echt het Nederlands hebben? Nee? Dus we kunnen gewoon eigenlijk vanaf nu de lezing in het Engels doen, oké? Mufti heeft, voordat hij in Nederland woonde, is hij dus uit Ghana gekomen met het idee van nou, ik ga in Nederland kijken of ik een beter leven kan opbouwen. En ondertussen, door de ontwikkelingen, dingen die hij meemaakte hier, is hij tot een conclusie gekomen dat eigenlijk zijn doel hier in Nederland een missie is. En zoals je ziet, hij heeft dus deze organisatie ook, waar hij een actief is, Ambassadors for Humanity. En dat is dus zijn missie, ambassadeur voor de mensheid. En zonder te veel door te gaan wil ik nu het woord laten aan Mufti.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And I think the very first thing I would like to say, I would like to thank Brother Swandi and his family. I want to thank all the brothers and sisters, and also Stichting IYAABA. I want to thank the facilitator here and those who are managing here for giving us the chance to come over here to have this sitting. Words are inadequate to say thank you for inviting me from far away I'm not special than you, and sometimes you need to choose somebody to take a lead. And we are all leaders by birth. We are all leaders in our way. Having said that, the introduction is so short, and I don't want to go through the introduction, which is okay. To begin, which I'm using some terms, so please bear with me, because this is the culture that I was brought up. Before we start any program, we need to pray. And I think every culture has this sort of, how do you call it, inspiration, and the way they do it. The Dutch here, they have the way they do it. So I come from a background where it's also religious and Islamic background. It's our culture, our tradition to open up a program with prayer. So I'm going to recite something small from the Quran, inshallah, and I'll translate it in English. Just after. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the master of the day of judgment, the one who created the heaven and the earth and established the canopy, which is the sky, and created the earth and the human beings. I read from the Quran, which is the book for humanity. I read from the book of a scripture which is a message for me and to you all, and to all those that we can see and those that we cannot see. This verse that I just read, it says, Ya ayyuhan nas, oh you people, human beings, oh you, he's talking to us, oh you, Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha. Here, the creator, but I believe, some of us may not believe there's a creator. It's okay. It's a conviction, and it's a development. He said, Ya ayyuhan nas, all you human beings, the creations. Inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha. Verily, we have created you from females and males, or males and females. Dhakar means males, females means untha. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شَعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلًا. And we placed you here from the different tribes, different ethnicities. That is how Allah says, I created you like that. Human beings. I didn't put you in one basket. I didn't put you in one drum. I didn't put you under one line. I make you different. And I place you on the earth, different places, A, B, C, D, up to Z. So that you can know each other, so that you can see each other and say, hi, you are part of me. Who is the best among you? It's not the one who speaks the most beautiful language, or those who dress nicely or elegantly, or those who can sing, or those who are strong, or those who are, you can name it, all this materialism. No, he said the best among you, the one who are more closer to me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the ayah. Why did I choose this surah, ayah? is because to relate to our sitting today. So whatever we're going to present here shouldn't be that, oh, we are the champions, and you feel like, you know, that is not what we are coming to do. Because the world today is about rubbing shoulders. And we've seen what is happening to our world for the past, you know, just recently. See the demonstration going on about superiority and we are the best, blah, 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 you know. So I just open up this so that it can refresh our sitting here today. After that, I praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me the possibility and health and the courage to be here. Brother Zwandi, we knew each other for I think 12, 13 years, right? Yes. Yeah, since in Delft University, my first lecture to give lecture there. And I happened to meet Brother Zwandi, and since then we become more like, you know, family, close family. His wife, mashallah, and thank you so much. I don't want to go there because that is not the time. Alhamdulillah. My coming here is on a mission. My coming here and this invitation has given me some kind of honor and a pride. I want to thank you very much. I am not a scholar, number one, you should bear in mind. So if you want to judge me, you can judge me. I'm not a scholar. I'm not a writer. And I don't even qualify to be here because this field is not my field. But somebody has to start something. Someone has to start something so that others can continue. So my reason for attending this program or this invitation is to be the key, inshallah. Maybe in the next future you will see more high learned professors and scholars. MashaAllah. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ahlan wa sahlan, my brother. MashaAllah. Who اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. We send praises upon the Prophet ﷺ, his household, the entire family of the Prophet ﷺ, and his families, and those who follow him and those who follow his steps until the day of judgment. My dear brothers and sisters, the best greetings that I think on this earth, whether you like it or you live it, is Salamu Alaikum. Salamu Alaikum means I wish you peace. Vrede zij met jullie. And vrede, sorry, I'm going to switch, maybe you know, people think, you know, vrede is something that all of us want. It's by nature. Everybody wants peace. Nobody. And Allah, somebody has to be the owner of that peace. Because if somebody doesn't have that peace, he cannot give out peace. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who created us just now, as we say, Ya Ayyuhan Nas, his name is the peacemaker, or the peace, as-salam. So he said we should give each and everyone that part of him to share as a greatest. And if I'm going to go into details, just as-salam will take us a long time, or some minutes. As-salam, salam is being changed, interchanged. From salam comes shalom. Or from shalom, sorry, from salam, as-salam comes shalom. From shalom, they cut it down, as time goes on, it becomes helom. Helom. And from helom, they cut it down, it becomes hello. You following me? This is not a lecture alone. I'm also a teacher, so I'm kind of giving something like a teaching. I hope you follow me up. So if I say salam, don't think about, oh, Arab, we are not Arabs. Number one, I'll come on that. I'll come on that. The topic of our discussion today is what? What is it, Emma? Colonialism?
Yes, the history of African Muslims in colonial times.
Well, yes. Thank you so much. I want to change it. I want to change it. Because it's very deep. This lecture is very deep. And please, just take your time and relax. We are not here to create any emotion. We are not here to create any kind of hoofdpijn. Yeah, no, sometimes this kind of topics is kind of a hoofdpijn. No, it's geen hoofdpijn. Because when you are sick and you go to the doctor, when you go to the arts, yeah, he first asks you, kan je mij geven, vertel me, hoe komt dat je hebt een hoofdpijn? Hoe lang? Huh? You want to know the what? You want to know the history. You want to know the history. Well, thank you so much. We wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Right. When the doctor starts to ask you these questions, the doctor wants to get the history of your sickness so that he can, prescribe a medication for you, right? Colonialism, for me, I don't say it's colonialism. I don't bring colonialism first. You put colonialism, Afro-Muslim, and colonialism. And culture, right? Culture starts culture first, because human beings have their culture. Whether you are born in the sky or you are born in the bush or whatever, you have your own culture. Yeah. And then secondly, you have something that you believe in. And there I can relate any religion, being whatever you can call it, any religion. Then we come to the colonialism. Before the discovery of the other continent to the other continent, those people were already living with their culture. You follow me? So I don't say it's coming to color means to remake in English. And that is the word clone coming from. To color means to remake, of course. Something has been remade. I am born in a family called, the tribe called Dendi. Dendi tribe. The Dendi tribe can be found in West Africa along the coast. The Dendi tribe happened to be one of the kings or kingdoms in the 16th century. In West Africa, there are a whole bunch of tribes. I can't even tell you. Only in the place that I grew up or I was born, called the Republic of Ghana, I don't know how many tribes are we. I don't know. I can tell you maybe 80. And 80 tribes, we are all living in, you call it in Suriname, we call it Buria. But no fight, nothing. You speak your language, I speak my language. If you want, you can learn my language. There is nothing, there's no problem. I don't want to go to the next neighbor, which is Togo, Benin. I just want to come to my space. I came to understand that the term Suriname, when I put it back into my language, Suriname, they are less. Because I try to find out. In my language, when you say suru, it means please. Suru. You say suru to somebody, it means please. Nam means stop. So if you say suru nam, that means please stop. That means you are doing something that I don't like. I'll tell you suru nam. Please stop. Maybe, in San Antonio you say you ate anyway, you very ate. So I tell you suru nam. Please stop. So I come to realize that let me see, Suriname and Suriname. I think there's something close to my language. I follow me. That's my perspective. That's my perspective. And I asked about the capital of Suriname. They told me it's Paramaribo. I said, okay, what is that? So I've been asking some Suriname, Caribbean guys, what is? So, yeah, that's. They said, I said, okay, hold on. I did my personal research. In my language, Dendi, if you say para, say it, let me para. Para means a country or a land. Para means a country. Mani means new or different. In my language, when you say boro, means people. So add these three. Para, mani, boro. That's my language. Para, mani, boro. That means the people of a different, they found themselves in a different land, different country. Because we are talking about colonialism, right? So in my language, my Dendi language, because when I checked the time that this happened, it was then the Dendi kingdom that was ruling the West African Empire. That's the Songhai Empire. And my elders know about the Songhai. To talk about colonialism, to be honest with you, I'm an activist. Activist, I'm not kind of activist that go around and then shout and break things. No, I'm doing my activism from within. So I don't want to use that term colonialism. For me, it's an insult to me. I don't call it colonialism. I call it criminalism. And you can take me anywhere. I don't call it. So from today, from this lecture, stop saying colonialism. It's a criminalism. Because crime is a crime wherever it has been perpetuated. When you enter into a metro or you jump into metro, you didn't buy tickets and the controllers happen to meet you and they confront you. The statement is, you've been criminal. It's a crime, right? It's a crime. It's one of the right things, crime. When I came here, I asked the sister, I said, what are they doing here? He told me here is a space giving a lesson to children who have been dropped out from school and those who have some problems with family relationship and stuff like that. And also some are, put on like a crime, they are having some criminal. And if you find out the crime, then you don't call it a crime, but it's a crime. So how can I accept colonialism as a nice word without giving it a crime? In the first place, I call it a crime against humanity. That is the first part. The second part, to talk about Islam or Afro-Muslim. I don't want to take Afro because the word Afro has been used as a term to politicize. What is the meaning of Africa? When people talk about Africa, what is that? Okay, well, Africa, according to what we know, is a continent, big continent, bigger than that of Europe, plus Asia. Africa is too deep. But how do we get the name Africa? When I study, I make my research, I come to realize that Africa comes from the word farq. Farq means to separate, to divide. Farq. Because the Quran tells us that the Quran has come so that it can separate the lies from the truth. Furqan. So farq means to separate, to divide something. That's why today we are calling ourselves Afro. It means we have accepted to be divided among ourselves. Anyway, we take it. Now Muslims. I just want to go to the heading of the title of sitting there. Afro-Muslims. Muslims, who are we? When we were born, and when everybody is born, according to the Prophet ﷺ, the last prophet, he said, every child on this earth, anybody, you can take it or you leave it. He said, every child or every creation came through submission. So they came through submission without knowing nothing. They don't know nothing, but then they follow the command from what they came through. So that submission is Muslim, it means Islam. I get my point. So it means every human being on the earth, every child is born as a Muslim, whether you like it or not. I don't care, science can challenge me for that. But a Muslim means somebody who has come through the natural phenomenon and then grow up and then nourish him or herself to be what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has planned for that person. So when you grow up and you become an adult, you can deny, because you know, yeah, you myself. And it's your right. Because Allah give you also that choice, to make a choice. Yeah, ik ben geen Muslim. Okay, it's enough. Yeah, ik ben this, okay. Because now you have grown, you have reached a mature a time that you can make a choice, which is also part of your right. So, to add colonialism, Afro-Muslim, this is what I just summed it up for you. But now to go to the body of my lecture. Way back, prior the coming of whoever entered into the continent Africa. Africa used to be that part of today, the Saudi Arabia that you see is part of Africa. Palestine is part of Africa. It's part of Africa. All these regions, they are part of the Africa Peninsula, going down to the north. That's where people like our color, that's where Allah put us down. So, as time goes on, we migrate. Some migrated, some also stayed, and some, you know, we are keep multiplying. West Africa, that you know, the West Africa, used to be a place where all these tribes, where all these traditions, cultures, they gather. And we came through that route path of Sayyidina Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. Out of him, the 12 children of the Nabi Yaqub, we are part of the descendants. He has 12, and all the branches are there. But that part of Africa, or the West Africa, they came from that path of Nabi Yaqub, which has also different languages. They say different, they have their differences. Me in particular, coming from the Dendi, in Dendi we have also a close language which is called Za, and from Za is Zabarma. We speak common language just like Dutch and Deutsch. They are very close. So we are just close. We happen to be in the river Niger. And the Dutch couldn't pronounce Niger, they say Niger. It's called Niger. River Niger or River Niger or Niger is where our ancestors, our forefathers, used to live. And from there, we have also other tribes. So when you look at the West Africa perspective of the Muslims that are there, most of them were at the coasts. They came from the coastline. West Africa, as Ghana is concerned, Republic of Ghana. Republic of Ghana is two. One was the ancient Ghana. The ancient Ghana. Keep it. We have the ancient Ghana, and then we have the new Ghana. I give it new Ghana. That is how I say it now. If people ask me, where are you from? I tell them I'm from the new Ghana. They say, where is that? I said, where is that? New Ghana. They said, I never heard about that. I said, now are you prepared to listen? He said, oh yeah, okay. Ik heb nooit gehoord. Ik zei, oké. Heb je tijd voor mij? Ja, wel. Ja, ik ben nieuwsgierig, ja? Oké. New Ghana, for me, is the small Ghana which was separated from the ancient Ghana. The ancient Ghana was the Ghana Empire. The Ghana Empire consists of Sudan, Eritrea, Mauritania, down to the old coast, to Egypt. Which means Ghana became, the name Ghana was derived also either from two languages. Number one, in my language, Dendi, if we say Ghana, Ghana means earth. Earth, Ghana, it means earth. In Arabic, when you say Ghana or Ghina, means rich, like Reich. So it's very close. But if I say Aganana, that means this is my land. And when I calculated the term Ghana back, I saw that it was in the kingdom. The time that the criminal masters, the master in crime, they jump over there. Because then they used to trade with salt and gold. That was the trade. And they used to trade through the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean. Anyway, sometimes when people are greedy, when people become greedy in their activities, they think what you have doesn't belong to you, so they have to take it from you. Either they can take it by force or by any means necessary. So, when I'm going to talk about colonialism, it will affect what happened or what occurred as what slavery, which we're going to talk about it. And who is a slave? Who's a slave? There are two different kinds of slave. The one that you force him, you grab him through your greed, can be a slave because he hasn't got power anymore. It's like a child. If you grab a child, you want to take him to school. He's a child. He can't do nothing, right? When you take him, he becomes a slave at that time. But not by his will. This is a crime against him. You forced him. So that's what happened. And some of us that didn't give chance fought back. And others that didn't, were not able to fight back, ended up elsewhere. So we lost. We lost the contact. We lost the contact. And when that happens, if that person who took another person is greed, he will not allow him to exercise his culture, his rituals, his whatever. But that's why I'm very happy to be a Muslim and to be a practicing Muslim today. Because all this story, Islam has relaxed me. You know, yeah, it has relaxed me. That's why Allah said, Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qaba'ila lita'arafu inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. He said, the best among you is the one who feels me more. Not the one who has more money or who has more something in the pocket. Having said that, Muslims, there is nothing like Arabs came with Islam in Africa. No way. It has never happened. Don't ever think about that. Nobody or no Arab, and even if it's an Arab, the Arabs used to be the Arabs of you and me. Yes, the Arab of you and me were those, because we know the story. You remember the time of the Prophet ﷺ when they were under persecution in the South, in Mecca. What happened? He asked his people, he asked his Sahaba, you know what? Please leave here and go to somewhere. Where is that? Habasha, Abyssinia. He said, go to that place, go to that land. Why did he ask them to go? He didn't ask them to come to Europe. He didn't ask them to go to America. Or India or the past. No, sorry to say. He didn't ask them to go to Russia. He said, you guys, go there. There is a king, a just king. Very good. Who will accept you and who is very righteous man. When they came there, when they got there with that time we didn't have navigation, but they were able to navigate to there. When they got there, guess what? They spoke with him. They didn't speak. There is no translator. They were speaking Arabic, and he would understand them immediately and give them answers. So tell me, if this king was there and he could speak Arabic, then who brought to him Islam? And when they came back, by the way, he was already on the path, because that before the coming of the Prophet ﷺ, the message of Isa, Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, was the same message. So he has that message. So he was having that message. So he was a Muslim. He was a Muslim. Because he didn't leave that message. So by having it, and this coming to confirm, makes him like it's like you have a software on your computer. So you have to, you buy, how to call it, update. Is it update? Okay, let me put update. You buy security, how do you call it, security, virus, against virus, right? Very good. You buy antivirus to protect your software. Okay. So the king already has a software. The software was, he has the belief of Islam. So the coming of the Sahabas, they are antivirus so that they don't get into his software. So when they came to him and they asked him, what happened? He asked them, what happened to you? No, we were being chased in our place, in our country, by some folks, because we simply believe that this person brought us a message which will uplift us. So what is his name? When they mentioned his name, he already went to his software. He said, oh, okay. Then he asked them 2-3 questions. They gave him, he said, okay, oh. Man, I've been waiting for this WhatsApp for a long time. I've been waiting for this WhatsApp, man. So immediately he got it. All he got to do, he switched his SIM card. Pop, and then he uploaded. So the people were like, huh? So you can imagine that before that, before the coming of whoever comes there to criminalize, because this word I'm not going to stop using it. I quit using colonialism, I think, for more than 5 years now. This criminalization is just like a Holocaust, right? Since we cannot stop using Holocaust to the victims, we can't stop using the same terminology, because when you say Holocaust, those who are victims of Holocaust, they see the heaviness, the heaviness of the term. So if they see the heaviness of the term, I should also see the heaviness of my term. So I don't call it, because when I call it colonialism, it's like it's like Tom and Jerry, you know, action. This is reality. So I call it criminality. Anyway, in West Africa, which used to be the school of knowledge, where we have the university. Believe me, if you Google and you search for West Africa and you search for the Mali Empire, you will see a lot of information, which I have to present to you maybe in a few minutes. The first university, I'm talking about this, how many years, thousands of years ago, they found documentaries, books written by hand, no computer, no typewriter, books and documents. And all these books were written in Arabic. Can you imagine that? The books that were found in the West Africa were not found there in Mecca. Yes. So they have to come down and get a copy and then put it back. How did that happen? The break of the colonialism was being combined with the people of the upper side of the North Africa, with the help of Spain. Spain and his allies, the 7 European countries, Denmark, Netherlands, France, Germany, Portugal, England, I want to call France? Italy. Italy came too late. I think Denmark, one is left anyway. These 7 were the countries that's, you know, made to do this FARC, to create these segments. With the help of what? Of the other people alike. So I'm talking about the North Africa, that is the Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, because they cannot come directly to like this, so they have to follow. So when they followed and they paid those who they could pay, they were able to penetrate into the kingdom of the West African kingdom so that they can destroy that kingdom, because that kingdom used to be a kingdom led by a leader who was pious, Muslim, and he treats everybody equal. Whether you are a Muslim or not, under his flag, you are secured, because that is what Islam teaches us. Islam says, your neighbor, respect your neighbor. That is what the teachings of Islam is. Respect your neighbor, whether she is what or whatever he is, respect, give respect. Do not offend your neighbor. That's what Islam teaches. Say, do unto your neighbor as you want to do unto yourself. And this is the golden rule of all the scriptures. It says in the Bible, it says in the Torah. So that was the way he was doing. And so other people who don't understand, say, well, how can he be doing like that? How can you be teaching or treating people who are not in your faith just like who are in your faith? So it gets, kind of a headache for them. And in everywhere there is, as we gather here today, believe me or not, now information is going on. Oh, IYAABA, they have organized a lecture on colonialism, and if you don't take care, people will say things that you guys did not say, or you did not do. So by the time you realize, the next time you go, nah, ik heb geen zin. Yeah, ik heb geen zin. Because they don't want this unity, these informations, and this kind of vibration to come over. Or maybe they can even contact the forces of this place. You know what's late for them, don't even give them the key. Don't come over, tell them you are somewhere. Because that is how human beings will behave. So when we see that others are moving, and sometimes they're greedy, that is jealous, and this is negative jealousy, because negative jealousy is a distraction. There's a positive jealousy and there's a negative jealousy. Negative jealousy is you don't want me to have what I'm having, you want me to even lose everything. That is negative. The positive jealousy is, oh, I wish I also have this kind of information to also pass through. I wish I have a car like Chanel has a car. I wish I have a car like I have a child like she has. This positive, then you are growing. But because we don't know, so we make the negative becomes positive. So we get angry. And when you start to get angry, then you forget yourself. You forget what you can provide. Because you don't give the qana'a, you don't get the qana'a. Qana'a means to be satisfied of what you have. A lot of us here are suffering because we are not satisfied. We are not satisfied. We are not content. We are not content. That's the word. When you are content of what you have or how you look, you become a role model for other people. But the moment you are not content, you lose yourself, and you go out from the way that you want to become a role model to zero model. That is how it is. Because you are not content. You have a child, or you have work, or you have a husband, you are not content that you have a husband. So you're thinking that, oh, I may lose him. You start to have this kind of thinking. So the moment you start to have this thinking, it kills you. It kills you inside. And then once suddenly you're gonna make a decision, and the decision doesn't come from you because it's from the weakness. But if you are content, this is my husband, right? Whether rain or sun, we're there. Then you become qana'a. You have the qana'a. Then you hold on to that. And the same thing to the men. You hold on to that. A lot of men do the same. Before they wind up, he left the gold and he went for silver. Even he doesn't get the silver. They give him the fake silver. Yeah. Because he's not content. He didn't appreciate. So this is what happens in West Africa. And in the 600, in the year, in the 11th century, we had a scholar from West Africa. These scholars are at the same time the kings. Because then, before you become a king, it's not like because your father is a king, so you have to become a king. No. Based on your knowledge of Quran and based on the knowledge of religion, then they make you a king because you can do the things very well. Timbuktu, as I made mention of Mali, Timbuktu is one of the center of the West Africa knowledge center. And Timbuktu is also the birth of of scholars throughout, up to Caribbean. Among those who were taken from Africa, from my continent, from my land, to Caribbean, to Curacao, Aruba, among them were people who memorized Quran. They memorized the Quran. They know the Quran among them. They write the Quran. But you know, in every circumstances when you don't get a push, you forget everything. You forget everything, or it loses. We were told that among our ancestors that were brought to the Caribbean, some of them, they were having thousands of hadiths in their mind. They were having hundreds of hadiths in their mind. It was recently that I even came to realize that my lineage was one of the founder of the Timbuktu. Recently, a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Why? Because we had a family WhatsApp. And the WhatsApp information started to come. I said, what? And when you look, his brother or his father was maybe in Caribbean. Was taken to Caribbean. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that we want to look at the effect of criminalism, how it has affected us. But it's not too late, because Allah wills or decree for that to happen, and we cannot help it. He did it for a purpose. He would have prevented that to happen. But sometimes something has to happen for a new thing to happen. If not because of that, maybe I wouldn't be standing here in front of you. Yeah. But because that happened, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because those who has gone and didn't get the chance for this information and they passed away, you know, Allah knows how He's going to deal with them. But we, those who are coming up now, there's a chance and opportunity for us. Today, we can ask questions. Today, we can make research. Today, there's opportunity for us to find out. And by the way, in Ghana, as people talk about Suriname, usually when they ask them, your ancestors, they say Ghana. So from today, I just wanted to let you know that we weren't in a basket, one basket like this. Ghana, you just come in, they just, no. No, we weren't like that. We weren't like that. We were neighbors. We were different tribes. We had our culture, and we still have cultures. There's some of us in Caribbean. I see some cultures in the Caribbean, and I'm like, hold on. I feel like, yeah, I can relate to that. I can see it. My first time of coming to Holland, when I see people, to be honest with you, I can sometimes identify through my senses. I said, oh, this one is from Fulani. She look like Fulani. This one look like Dendu. It's like, no, to be honest with you, I've been talking to myself. I can relate. And I said, oh, yeah, just, you know, we are just, you know, I was thinking of Suriname, people like, you know, some people, some different, you know, skin color. And I said, no, hold on. This guy, he look like this one. He look like this one. Anyway, the story of colonialism, to be honest with you, is very deep. And the effect of it on us, it has two side effects. Alhamdulillah, one effect is we are fortunate to have that thing to happen. Some people say, why are you saying that? If it didn't happen, who knows what's going to happen then? I don't know. But it has happened because even the children of Prophet Adam, the two children, Habil and Kabil. Habil, Cain and Abel. What happened to both of them? One get jealous. of another. And they wind up. One happened to kill the other brother because of what? Severe jealous. And it happens within humanity. But when it happens, it's also a lesson for those who will come back. So we who are alive today is, how do you call it? It's a lesson for us not to allow that to happen. And how can we do that? Through this kind of gathering. And this information is not there to say, oh, it's too heavy for me. No, it is time for you now to decipher and then move. So the last thing I want to say, which is very important, is about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't look about your tribe, doesn't look about your color, doesn't look about your origin, or the source of whatever you have, or your, how do you call it, your status. He doesn't care. When we die, and we will die, we don't carry our status along. We don't carry that along. All we have to go is, what have you done for humanity? What have you done? What is your contribution? What did you contribute? This is what matters. So my dear brothers and sisters, this is just not a lecture. I just come over here to see that the sitting should be done. Because my preparation, I was sick for the past 2 weeks and I was praying to Allah, oh, please help me just to come over here and then present myself, because I was really sick. I was really sick. As I came here, my head was aching. I had like a, you call it migraine? I was having it for the past, when I came, I was just trying to get focused. But I plead for you that anybody who is a Muslim from today, make sure that what you have is precious than what you lose. You can be a Muslim not practicing, okay, just chill out. It's a gradual process. And those of you who are more serious, please don't see those who are not serious to be like a foul stack. Eh? You call it foul stack, right? Yeah, because that is what we are doing. Yeah, foul stack, yeah? Trash bag. Because that's how we see each other. Oh, because she's not a Muslim, No. You have to be the role model for her. Because they said, Al-Mu'min wal-Mu'min kal-Bunyan yashuddu ba'dahu ba'da. The believer and the believer, they are just like a wall, bridges, brick. They support each other to build, not to destroy. So I would like to end up here with this short advice. If I made some mistake, because I didn't present myself a full lecture, because it's a mind blower. I know. Forgive me. I'm very happy to be here. The people of Paramaribo, the people of Suruna. So Suruna means please stop. Please stop. Suruna. So from today, you can have some glimpse of the name Suriname and also Paramaribo. You see Paramaribo. So thank you very much, and inshallah, we will just take a...
Yeah, thank you, Mufti, for the lecture.
Assalamu alaikum.